outcrop here is the Cambrian age Conococheague Formation. All right? The Conococheague Formation. Conococheague is spelled C-O-N-O. C-O-C-H-E-A-G-U-E. Conoco, just like the gas station, Cheague. C-H-E-A-G-U-E. All right, now the Conococheague Formation is limestone and a little bit of dolostone, so basically it's carbonate. What does that tell you about its depositional environment right off the bat?
Shallow sea.
All right, shallow sea. What else?
Calm.
Calm. All right. Tectonically calm, you mean, not climatically calm. Right. In other words, say that louder, Anna.
Passive margin.
Yeah, it's a passive margin, right? You can't have any mountain building going on if you're depositing a limestone. Everybody with me on that? Mountain building's going on, you're going to have lots of sand and mud coming into the system. We don't see that here. We do see some interesting sedimentary structures. Somebody come up here and take a look at this. Real close.
That one was floating.
Get real close. Look at the details here. Very small little structures. What are you seeing?
Oh, oolites.
No, no flute structures.
Oolites.
You seeing oolites? Come in here, see if you're seeing oolites.
Yes, oolites.
Oh, I see him now.
Okay, good. Yeah, there's some oolites here. And oolites mean what, Caitlin? How can you tell? Taha?
It's gently rolled back and forth in small rounded grains.
Right. It's not that they're getting rounded, but they're being gently rolled back and forth by oscillating waves, and that gives them a nice even coating. So oolites are these little spherical grains of calcite, right? And they're forming today in environments like we would find in what group of islands?
Bahamas.
The Bahamas! That's right. All right. So there's some nice evidence of it being shallow marine setting, kind of like the modern day Bahamas. There's also some other sedimentary structures up here.
Hey, get off the paper, you said.
Like, what are you guys seeing in here? What sedimentary structure are you seeing in here?
Dolomite gashes.
Well, maybe some mud chips.
Dolomites?
I think those are just dolomites. Could be wrong.
They're not cross-bedding. His cross-bedding will be pointing that way.
No, you've got cross-bedding here, Mike. You're right. These are cross-bedding.
Why wouldn't they be pointing that way?
What do you mean?
Isn't west that way?
Yeah, west is that way, but why do you want them to be pointing to the west?
Well, the sea's wouldn't the sea be? It's pointing east. The cross-bedding is pointing to the east.
So the current here is saying that the cross-bedding was flowing out from the sort of north to the south. The current was going this way.
Northwest to southeast.
Okay, fine. But the point is, this is not one of these situations where we, like we were talking about in lecture the other day, where we've got mountains to the east, because we don't have mountains to the east at this point. There's no mountains because there's no sand and no mud, right? That kind of cross-bedding, if we were looking at a mudstone or a sandstone, then we might think about currents that are draining a mountain belt. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you guys see the cross-bedding here? Maybe you need to get up closer and get off the pavement.
I'm still
Thanks.
Plus, it's better for your calves.
All right. Come on in here, people. We didn't drive all this way to stand out there and get hit by a car.
I'm looking for what?
Cross-bedding. Well, we've got cross-bedding over here. I mean, you can look for anything, but cross-bedding is also evidence of it being shallow, right? Because to have a current, waves moving these sediments along the bottom of the sea, you'd have to have fairly shallow water. Everybody with me?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. So limestones, we've seen oolites, we've seen cross-beds. There's something else too to see up here.
Doesn't that remind you of something?
Yeah, it reminds me of a stromatolite. Is that what you're getting at?
This is
Yeah.
smelling. It's out of it.
Bitter irony.
Oh, I get it.
You get it? All right, what's this vine right here?
Poison
Red leaf.
Virginia creeper. All right. So I probably should have left it up there so I could use it as a pointer. Right up there, just above where that Virginia creeper went, is a stromatolite.
I see.
Hey, what is it? Oh, perfect. That's poison ivy. All right. Now check out these layers here. They come along and then they bulge upwards here.
Wow, I see it. Wow.
You see that? Yeah.
That's included too.
Yeah, that's a stromatolite. There are others over here that don't show up as well, but these are nice little stromatolites here, and there's a few of them here and there throughout this formation. Stromatolites, remember, are only growing where essentially their chief predator, the snail, is missing. So you have to have pretty salty water in order to kill the snails and allow the stromatolites to live. So
That means deep sea.
no, not deep sea. No. Stromatolites are photosynthetic. They can't live in the deep sea where it's dark. They need the light in order to grow. Just like you can't put a plant like this in a closet and expect it to survive, right? You have to give it sunlight.
So what does it mean, salty water, that's it?
Well, yeah, salty water, and the way you get salty water is to have it be shallow enough that you're evaporating more water and so the salts are being concentrated. Jared, what happened to your sample?
I just bagged it actually, and I threw the snail away.
Oh, okay. Jared found a little thing that maybe is a stromatolite sample and maybe it's just fold. But at any rate, there was a snail on it. It was kind of cool. All right. Anybody see other stuff here they're wondering about?
What did you do with the snail, man?
Low oxygen environment.
All right, reasonably low oxygen because it looks kind of dark, but the thing is it's also wet, right? This rock has been rained on all morning, and when it's dry, it's actually a fairly light gray. But you're right that it is gray.
What's the what?
I'm seeing large chunks of
White.
calcite, yeah.
Yeah, there are little fractures here where the rock has been deformed during Appalachian mountain building. Much later, and where it's cracked open, fluids flow into those cracks and deposit whatever minerals available to deposit there. And in the case of cracks opening up in a limestone, what mineral would you expect to find filling those cracks? Calcite. All right, because that's what's available in all the rock around it. So as the water flows into that gap, it's picking up calcite, and when it deposits it there, it's pure calcite, white. All right, there's no organic matter in it, so it doesn't have that dark tinge that the rest of the rock does. Mike?
So if you put acid on these rocks, there would be fizzing.
Yeah, if you put acid on these rocks, they would fizz. And one thing that you can do when you don't have acid with you is you can remember that limestone is made out of calcite, and calcite is a hardness of 3. So if you have like a key or a knife or something, you can scratch it, all right? Whereas you wouldn't be able to do that with a crude sand